like the balance that they had in race.
Casey Kane, we congratulate him, his third career pole.
It's all three Hendrick Motorsports in the front.
There's a few movers and shakers out there.
To victory lane is Joey Logano.
Get the inside line on who's fast and who's last before setting your NASCAR fantasy race team this weekend. This is the Inside Line on MRN.com, presented by Hercules Tires. Now, here are your fantasy experts, Robbie Mays and Tyler Burnett.
It's Fantasy Friday on MRN.com as the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series heads to the Magic Mile at New Hampshire for the second race of the 2017 NASCAR Playoffs. Robbie Mays, I'm Tyler Burnett. Oh, we didn't get to hear the playoffs sounder that time.
It's coming. Give it time.
Round one, Martin Truex Jr. takes him to the woodshed at Chicago.
Well, Kyle Busch was going to take him to the woodshed until he had a tire issue, and then until they had a man over the wall too soon issue. I felt like the 18, from the time they rolled off the truck on Friday, was the class of the field at Chicagoland last week. Okay, no, if it wasn't before that, but congratulations, Martin Truex Jr., been fast all year, 5th win of the season. He should have had, 7 wins by now?
Yeah, most likely.
But win number 5, and if he is not already ready for Homestead, he pretty much, at this point, is close to it. So I think we're going to see him in the Final Four come Miami.
All right, let's bring this up. Trophy is on the table.
Do we have to?
We have
Seriously,
to talk about
can we go to break?
You mentioned a woodshed whooping. Well, it happened yesterday. Old T-Bone here played a little NASCAR Heat 2 at the NASCAR Xfinity Series Playoff Media Day.
You know what? Yesterday I played NASCAR Heat 2 also, and I didn't win a trophy for it.
And Justin Allgaier and I took him to the woodshed in this event. So let's cue up this video. I believe we have a video. Is that correct here? Let's cue this thing up.
We did beat everybody, which is pretty spectacular. So I'm pretty proud of that.
You're pretty good at NASCAR Heat 2, by the way. He kicked our butts and won, and I'm still mad about it. I'm sitting here staring at this freaking trophy right now, and yeah, I hate that you won.
See, you ended up with the trophy.
I'm trying to brag right.
Yeah, you got it right in the middle of the table.
Before I answer my question, have you told everybody what kind of a stud you are on NASCAR Heat? Have you?
I wasn't going to bring that up, but since you did, yeah.
I'll bring it up. So, 2-time champion. You carried Justin Allgaier on your shoulders, pretty much crossed the start-finish line. But have you told the fans at home how good you are?
The trophy out there looks pretty sweet. So you got the desk trophy. I want the big trophy.
Justin was nice enough to let me have the trophy so he can have the big one at Homestead.
Well, I'm glad that you were the one who carried him on your shoulders, because if he tried to carry you, he would be...
There's no question. And I told Elliott Sadler at the end of our interview, I said, if you want to know the line around Homestead, because that's the track that we eventually won on, if you want to know the line, I'll show you. You need some help.
Once again, I played the game yesterday, and I didn't win a trophy.
Yeah, well, you didn't beat the entire Xfinity Series playoff field. All right, coming up on the show today, Blake Koch of Colleague Racing. He drives the Leaf Filter Gutter Protection Chevy in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. He's going to Kentucky this week. We're going to talk to him, correct?
Yep.
Should be fun.
Looking forward to it.
That'll be exciting. And we'll also, I'll try to avoid The Rock.
We have upped the level of The Rock this week. There is no way, because you won this stupid trophy, there's no way you're going to win under a rock this week.
This is the only time I ever was meaningful in life, when I won this trophy. And then what else are we doing today? Sideswipe?
Yep, all that stuff. And we're going to talk about the ISM Connect 300 at New Hampshire this weekend because, we're a fantasy racing show. We like to let you know who's going to be good on your fantasy team.
So that's all happening today on the Inside Line Fantasy Racing Show presented by Hercules Tires.
When your battery goes dead, everything can come to a stop. Don't take a chance on getting stranded. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts and get your battery tested free of charge. If your battery does need to be replaced, O'Reilly Auto Parts can help you find the exact Superstart battery that fits your car or truck at a guaranteed low price. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Today Toyota's featured NASCAR fan is Dr. Tom Pierce.
So, Dr. Tom, what's your claim to fame?
Well, due to all of Toyota's NASCAR wins last year, I wrote thousands of doctor's notes for fans for overexcitement hypertension, a condition that requires a day off work to rest.
Sounds like a responsible doctor.
Doctor? I'm not a real doctor, bro. Would a doctor get a guy off work for overexcitement about the new Camry? Because I did.
Let's go NASCAR fans.
Toyota, let's go places. To learn more, visit toyotaracing.com. NASCAR is a registered trademark of the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing, Inc.
It's almost the most refreshing time of the day, Busch O'Clock, a time for relaxing and unwinding with friends and family over a crisp, cold Busch beer. Busch's roots are in racing, but whether you're enjoying the race or going fishing, nothing is better when it's time to relax with a crisp, cold Busch. It's Busch O'Clock, so grab a six-pack of Busch beer for the cooler, start the grill, and relax. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Busch Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Yay or nay, go or stay. It's time for the inside line to sideswipe the competition. Here's Robbie and Tyler.
All right, before we get to sideswipe, I guess since I'm such a big trash talker, at least
no, you're just big.
At least that's what everyone says around here. We have started a new, I guess, social media Twitter series called Tyler Versus, and you're going to see it next week. It just so happens to be, this trophy, I kind of got lucky. Well, I didn't get lucky. I went to the NASCAR Xfinity Series Playoff Media Day, and I said, let's take some cameras and let's shoot our first ever episode of Tyler Versus, and then I just happened to beat the entire field. So you can see that on Twitter next week.
What is Tyler Versus? What is this?
Okay, yeah,
so
Tyler Versus is,
confused.
I basically, every week or, whatever, every, once in a while, I'll face off against a random driver.
Mm-hmm.
And anything. It can be anything. Anything they want. Mm-hmm. And we're actually going to tease our next episode. Our second episode will be Blake Koch, and he's going to be on the show today. And we're going to ask him what he wants to do against me in Tyler Versus. And he's had some ideas, and I don't like some of them. But
can I challenge you?
I can beat him in anything.
Can I challenge you to something?
Sure.
You and I will play NASCAR Heat 2, and whoever wins gets this trophy.
Do I get to pick the series and the track?
Yes. I'll give you all of that.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
All right. Watch for it. Whoever wins gets
NASCAR Heat 2. It'll be on Snapchat or Twitter later on.
All right, let's get to sideswipe.
All right, who's Robbie's first pick?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm going to go with Denny Hamlin.
Denny Hamlin. Okay, so Denny Hamlin won here at New Hampshire back in July. I'm just going to move this out of the way so it's not in my shot. He won here. It's still in my shot. He won here in July.
Hey!
He's won 2 times here in the last 10 races. He's one of only 2 drivers who's won here multiple times in the last 10 races in New Hampshire Motor Speedway. I like what this team is doing right now. I think, and even though they weren't great at Richmond, which you would expect they would be, they were okay at Chicagoland, but I think New Hampshire is a flat, short track. It's going to be good for Denny Hamlin. I'm swiping right on the 11 car this week.
I am disagreeing with you right off the
big
bat
shocker
today. I am fading Denny Hamlin, and here's why. There are 3 Toyotas that are going to be better than him this weekend. Matt Kenseth, Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Busch. Denny Hamlin was not the best car in the spring. Well, I guess it was the summer.
Yeah, he only won the race
in July. He won the race, that's fine, but he wasn't the best car, in my opinion.
He won the race.
And I don't think he will be the best car this weekend again. And maybe I'm fading him because he absolutely killed me at Richmond when I started him. And he was horrible at Richmond all day long. So that's why I'm fading Denny Hamlin. I would swipe left.
All
right, my pick.
Kurt Busch.
Kurt Busch. All right. Okay, so I had Kurt Busch in my value category this week. I think he's a great value. And I'm almost kind of mad about some of the guys who are more expensive than him. Kurt Busch costs $20.50 on NASCAR Fantasy Live. He is lower than Austin Dillon, Daniel Suarez, Joey Logano, Jimmy Johnson, Ryan Newman, Clint Bowyer, and Jamie McMurray. He's lower than all of those guys. And to me, that is a complete crime. Kurt Busch has been so good. He almost had his 5th straight top 5 last week. If he wouldn't have had the speeding? It was the speeding penalty.
Yeah, speeding penalty
last week on pit road. I think Kurt is going to be a great start this week. He's a good value, especially if you're playing weekly fantasy, maybe like a DraftKings or a Yahoo, and allocating those guys. I think Kurt Busch is a near must start in those. I think he's going to be chalky. I think Kurt Busch would be great. He has 2 top 10s in a row at New Hampshire, so I'm swiping right on Kurt Busch this week.
Yeah, what I don't like is his 10 race average is an 18.6, but I like top 10 in the last 2 races. He was 5th in this race last year. And they've got their momentum back right now. Even though they had some issues on Sunday at Chicagoland, I feel like this team is better than they were before. So which way did you swipe on Kurt Busch?
I swiped right. I think he'll be started in most, like DraftKings, Yahoo. I think he'll definitely be started.
I would go along with
that. He won't get you very many laps led in NASCAR Fantasy Live, but I think he's a good value.
Yeah, he's a good value pick, especially if he qualifies outside of the top 10. All right, what's next?
We're going to go Dylan, but not Austin.
Ooh.
Ty.
Ooh, Ty Dillon. Ooh, switch it up here a little bit. I like what this team's doing. I feel like they are getting better. I feel like they're moving in the right direction as far as, what you need. And I don't want to badmouth Jermaine Racing because they're doing a lot with what they have, but they're not in the upper echelon of teams. I think, though, right now you're going to see some drivers this weekend in New Hampshire who are probably in his price range a little bit better. I'm going to swipe no on Ty Dillon this weekend.
I agree with you. He started 16th, he finished 16th. In July at New Hampshire, but I still probably would not start him.
Yeah.
All right. Who else?
Brad Keselowski.
Brad Keselowski. He was actually not in any of my picks this week, so I need to go back and see what his numbers are. All right. So 5-race average finish for Brad Keselowski is at 8.4. He's down below the Kenseth, the Harvicks, the Hamlins, even Daniel Suarez. He finished 6th the last time we were there. But he's been okay. At New Hampshire, he has 2 top 10s in a row. He finished 2nd in this race he finished 4th in this race last year. He was 9th in July. I'm going to swipe no on Brad Keselowski just because I think there are 5 guys who are better than him this week. So that is why I'm swiping no on Brad Keselowski. We'll see what he does, but I'm going to say no.
I feel like Brad has the ability to lead a ton of laps here.
No. I swiped wrong. Swipe no. Someone took down my swipe left, swipe right then. They did this on purpose.
I'm going to disagree with you. I think Brad has the ability to lead a ton of laps here. I'm going to say yes on Brad this weekend.
You don't have a reason?
No, I just think he has ability to lead some laps.
He's going to lead laps over the Truexes, the Kyle Bushes, the Matt Kenseths.
If you have
Kevin Harvicks, the Denny Hamlins, he's going to lead laps over those guys?
What's next?
In your opinion?
Let's go with Daniel Suarez.
Daniel Suarez. Okay, we talked about it. He finished 6th here in the springtime. The last couple of weeks, he was doing great during the second half of the summer. Almost made the playoffs. Needed some help and some wins, but he didn't get it. I like what this team is doing right now, and they've got Kyle Busch's old pit crew, which I felt was better than the 19 pick. They swapped before Chicagoland last week. If you're in a league where you have a limited number of picks, I think that Daniel Suarez at New Hampshire could be a good choice. If you're on NASCAR.com, if you're on DraftKings or Yahoo or something like that, I don't think he's the best option this weekend. So for the sake of this game, I'm swiping no on Suarez this weekend.
I disagree with you. I think he's the opposite. I think he is not a good pick on NASCAR Fantasy Live. He costs too much. He costs $23, and there's some better value, like I mentioned, Kurt Busch. However, if he doesn't qualify well, which he did at Richmond, he started 16th and finished 7th. That is a very good value. I think he's probably someone you look at in DraftKings or in Yahoo if you have him allocated. I like Suarez in those. I do not like him on NASCAR Fantasy Live because he's not going to lead laps, in my opinion.
Nope.
All right.
Here's
Any
the
more?
last one.
What else we got?
Kyle Larson.
Kyle Larson. Okay, I was hoping to bring this guy up. Kyle Larson, if the PJ1 grip strip, whatever you want to call it, what is it called now? VHT, whatever.
JQF, MC, whatever.
R2D2.
Airport codes.
Whatever you call it. If it works like it did the last time we were there, I think Kyle Larson could have some upside this week. However, I don't think his cars are as good as the last time we were there in July. He finished 2nd. Chip Ganassi's cars have gone down a little bit. I don't know if they've lost speed. I don't know what's going on. I think Kyle Larson's great at the 1.5 mile tracks. I think he's good at some of the bigger tracks. Flat, short tracks are really not his cup of tea, but he finished 2nd the last time we were there. Let's go with practice numbers. So today, I need to look over here. I need to swipe right on Kyle Larson. I'll take a look at him. I think he might have some upside this week.
Okay, so you just badmouthed him. You said he's not as good as the last time, but you still want to take him.
I don't think his cars are as good, but I think if the PJ1 surface works out, I think there's a high line. If there is an option for Kyle Larson to run the high line at New Hampshire, I think he has some value.
I think it's actually called BB-8 now.
Whatever it's called, who cares? All right, let's play our emoji thing. What do we got? Confused.
That would be me right now while I'm still sitting next to this guy.
Wow.
Confused this weekend. You know, I've said it the last couple of weeks. I think Joey Logano is going to feel confused why he hasn't, like Chicago, he ran well. I think he's going to run near the front this weekend, and he's going to be confused why he couldn't do this in the regular season.
I think I need to bring this up because I had this in my notes to bash Robbie at this point in time.
Well, let's just bash Robbie some more.
I need to ask you, what happened to Matt Kenseth last week? Your absolute lock last week. What happened? He started 10th and finished 9th.
Yeah.
Wasn't a factor, led 0 laps. I'm a little confused on Matt Kenseth. However, I like him a lot this week.
I do
He's
too.
not great on mile-and-a-half tracks. I'm a little confused on Matt Kenseth.
All right, here's the next one.
See what they do. What's the next emoji here? What are you thinking about?
Thinking.
Oh, I got a good one for this. Go.
I'm thinking about Matt Kenseth's going to be my winner this weekend.
I'm thinking about Dale Earnhardt Jr. And I have him in my value picks. $13. He was really good at Richmond. He didn't get a great finish, but he was fast.
Yeah.
If he doesn't qualify well, which I'm hoping he doesn't qualify well, he could definitely be a good value pick. So I'm thinking of starting Dale Earnhardt Jr. this week. He has an average finish of 14th over the last 4 races at New Hampshire. All right, you got any more final thoughts, Robbie?
Nope, let's take a break.
All right, Blake Koch is on the line. We're going to talk to him next. This is the Inside Line Fantasy Racing Show presented by Hercules Tires.
Whatever you drive, wherever you go, Hercules Tires will get you there. Whether you're running on dirt or running a job, our dependable, high-quality tires are the perfect fit for your needs. For unmatched value, selection, and warranty with industry-leading road hazard protection, there's only one choice: Hercules Tires. To learn more, visit HerculesTire.com or call 800-677-9535. Hercules Tires, ride on our strength.
MRN's Winged Nation on MAV TV.
Rico Abrams in the house. How are you?
Now, this is great. Be on MRN, Wing Nation.
Brian Brown.
You guys do so much Wing Nation in general for our sport. It's awesome. You take us to the next level, and it's just awesome to have such a professional run show that is representing our sport, and something we're real proud of.
Greg Wilson's in the house.
Yeah, and thanks for what you guys do. And shout out to all you fans. You guys make our sport, and thank you.
Saturdays at 8:30 and 11:30 Eastern on MAV TV with Steve Post and Ashley Stremme.
Being there matters, and your United States Navy protects and defends America on the world's oceans. Around the globe, around the clock, Navy ships, submarines, aircraft, and most importantly, tens of thousands of America's finest young men and women are ready to defend America when piracy threatens global commerce, when disaster strikes, or when called upon by the Commander-in-Chief. Your Navy is there. When it comes to protecting and defending America, being there matters, and America's Navy is already there.
Let's talk more fantasy racing on the Inside Line. Here's Robbie and Tyler.
All right, we have Blake Koch on the line from Colleague Racing. He drives the leaf filter gutter protection Chevy in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. He's also in the NASCAR Xfinity Series playoff, which starts this weekend. Is your phone going off right now during the middle of our show?
It was my iPad that actually was going off.
Wow. All right, Blake Koch is on the line. Blake, how are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Great. Are you still sore from that butt whooping in the NASCAR Heat 2 tournament that we had the other day? I had to bring it up.
Oh, you're already going there.
Oh, Blake, you have no idea. You have no idea.
The trophy is sitting on the desk right now and everything.
Oh boy. Well, wait till you challenge me at something else.
I know. So we need to bring this up right now. So Blake Koch is going to be our second episode of Tyler Versus that you'll see on Twitter at MRN Radio. So why don't we just get it out of the way now? What do you want to challenge me in?
Man, I mean, like I told you before, I don't think there's anything you can beat me at.
Oh, wow. I've never heard anyone trash talk me like that.
You've never heard anybody trash talk you like
You decide where you want to lose, and we'll go do it.
Didn't you say something about hula hooping?
I mean, if you want to get beaten that bad, we can hula hoop. We can, let's do hula hooping.
All right, or basketball or something. It doesn't really matter. We'll figure it out.
I can't wait to
see this.
Yeah,
whatever.
Kentucky this
or
week.
We can hula hoop while we shoot basketball.
Oh,
I really can't wait to see this.
That would be nice. All right, well, check it out. It's going to happen here in a couple weeks when I face Blake Koch in something on Tyler Versus. All right, Blake, you're going to Kentucky this week. Just tell us what your thoughts are heading to the first playoff race, man.
I'm excited. Just that's kind of a word used often, but it's a real word. Like, I really am just excited to get the playoffs going. The regular season's over, so now it's all about these next 7 races and just putting it all out on the line and seeing where you end up. Really, I mean, with the with the format, you can't just ride around. You have to perform and take a lot of risks, and sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. So you really just get after it and see what happens.
Blake, this is the second year for you in the Xfinity Series playoffs. The Cup Series has been doing the playoffs, the chase, for a long time. When you guys first started the playoffs, did you guys talk to some of the Cup drivers to kind of figure out how the playoffs work? Or what did you do to kind of get your strategy for the postseason in the NASCAR Xfinity Series?
For last year, I really focused on just being more aggressive. A little less patience, a little less give. So when the playoffs start, you're more aggressive. You have to take every spot possible. Every point is so crucial in the playoffs. But I didn't really talk to any Cup drivers on how you do it because it's kind of simple. You have to beat everybody. You just have. But then again, you can't take yourself out. But that's hard to get across. Once we put our helmets on and start the car, it's hard to just be careful. We all just go out there and try as hard as we can every lap, and some people will crash, some people make mistakes, some people have good races, and that's what kind of lines up the point system moving forward.
Well, we know that we like to trash talk on this show, but we also play fantasy racing, and that's kind of the reason for our show. You probably don't play too much fantasy racing, but you probably do have opinions on some of the Cup drivers. Right now, who, in your opinion, is some of the better picks this weekend at New Hampshire?
For New Hampshire, what do you want? The top three or what?
Yeah, give me your top three.
Top three for New Hampshire, I would say you can never count out the 48.
Okay.
I would always put them in my top three in the playoffs, at any playoff race. So the 48, the 78, and the 42.
Oh, the 42. Wow.
Yeah.
I did mention him the last time. I'm not sure about the 48 this week. I think he'll be good in the long run. I'm not sure about New Hampshire.
Well, New Hampshire's not. This isn't the time for him to get hot. It's the second round of the playoffs where the 48 starts to get hot. Blake, 78, 18. Those two guys have been the class of the field all season long in the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. Truex has the wins to back that up. Kyle Busch doesn't necessarily have the wins to back that up. If you're in a league where you have to choose money-wise, budget-wise, whatever, between the 78 of Martin Truex Jr. or the 18 of Kyle Busch, who do you go with this weekend?
The 78, no doubt.
He didn't even think about it.
Yeah. I agree with you, absolutely, because they seem to have the luck on their side that the 18 doesn't have.
They're just almost too good to be true. Like, when you think they're finally going to have a bad weekend or not have speed, they still have speed. They're just always fast. And they always are up front, like literally always. So
yeah.
You've got to put them in there.
And here's three numbers as to why you want to put them on your team: 123, 141, and 137. Those are the number of laps Martin Truex Jr. has led at Loudon in the last three races we've been to New Hampshire. So that's why I'm starting Truex, no doubt. I talked to you guys, this week at the Xfinity Series Playoff Media Day. And Truex's name got brought up because he has been so dominant this year. He has so many bonus points. He really can ride all the way to Homestead by himself. However, that has not happened in the Xfinity Series. You guys are pretty wide open. Is that a positive for your team, knowing that there's not very many bonus points for someone right now, and you could potentially move on because of that?
Yeah, I think I'm 20 points behind the leader as far as playoffs go. And that's not that much,
Yeah.
So I think the leader has one mulligan where they can afford one bad race per round, which is nice, but there's not four of them that have that. I don't even think there's two of them really that have that mulligan, but it does give more opportunity for guys like myself who didn't get enough playoff points to have some good races and keep on advancing. We're ninth in the playoff position, but I think we have the same amount of points as like sixth. So after Kentucky, we'll really have a good idea of how the playoffs are shaping out to be and who you got to beat, and just keep moving forward. You want to make that next round.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I can't wait for Kentucky.
Yeah, and of course, that's the visitmyrtlebeach.com 300 tomorrow night at Kentucky for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. PRN has coverage of that race. Blake, we know who you want to win that race on Saturday night. Who do you think we might see in victory lane on Sunday at New Hampshire Motor Speedway?
The 78.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't even think about it again.
Okay.
You think Truex goes
I
back
mean,
to back?
Truex goes back to back, yeah.
Too good.
Yep. Yep.
It's as simple as that. We don't even need to ask him anything
No.
else. All right, who wins Tyler
I just think
versus
it's
them?
too hot. What's that?
Who wins Tyler versus them between me and you?
Well, is that even a question? Tyler.
I'm surprised you didn't say the 78.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Man, I think I'm going to dominate the hula hoop basketball tournament.
Okay, so that's a thing. Like, we're actually doing that. Maybe like some
now.
free throws with a hula hoop challenge or something at the same time.
I think we do free throws while you're hula hooping.
All right.
Best
You
out
called
of
it.
10.
That's what we're doing. All right. You called it. The Leaf Filter Chevrolet of Blake Koch. He's in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and he's racing in the playoffs tomorrow night at Kentucky. Good luck, man, and we'll talk to you when we get there, all right?
All right. Thank you, guys. Have a good time.
See you, Blake.
Blake Koch, everyone. Love talking to Blake. He likes to trash talk, which I'm game for that.
Well, so do you, so.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think we're doing the show for? Because that's all I do.
I know. Let's go to break.
Let's hold this trophy up while we go to break.
Go to break.
It's
This
the
is
Inside Line Fantasy Racing Show presented by Hercules Tires.
It's O'Reilly's Member Appreciation Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Stop in today and check out store-wide savings, plus earn double points on over 250 items. It's our way of saying thank you. If you're not already a member, sign up today during O'Rewards Member Appreciation Month. It's fast, easy, and free. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better prices every day.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It's almost Busch o'clock. A time for relaxing and unwinding with a crisp, cold Busch beer. It's the most refreshing time of the day. Wait for it. 3, 2, 1. Busch. Crisp, cold Busch. Enjoy responsibly. Busch Beer. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, Danica Patrick here. When I have friends and guests at the track who want to hear me drop pearls of wisdom during the race, I send them to Racing Electronics.
Yeah, right back there?
I think so. I didn't, other than hitting a car, I didn't hit anything, but there's a tire down or something.
If you aren't listening to all the action live, you're missing out. Don't forget to rent a scanner or fan vision for the races. Go to racingelectronics.com to pre-rent for great discounts on your scanner and fan vision rentals.
Welcome back to the Inside Line Fantasy Show. We've been expecting you. Here are your hosts, Robbie Mays and Tyler Burnett.
The Inside Line Fantasy Racing Show presented by Hercules Tires. Hope you have enjoyed the past half hour you have spent with myself and with this guy, because I have not enjoyed my day having to sit next to him.
Wow.
Okay, so you win this stupid trophy, whatever.
It doesn't really matter,
It doesn't really matter because you're about to get hit by a rock on our favorite game of the week, Under a Rock or Tyler.
Do you live your life up under a rock? Or are you Tyler Burnett?
Actually, I actually don't think this is our favorite game of the week. I think
It's my favorite game of the week.
Emoji the game is the best.
So
because
you have, for some reason, I think you're cheating, have gotten a lot of these right this year. So we
Yeah,
have
about
upped the game.
50%, no?
We have upped the game. You are not going to get this right. It is a photograph of a person, and I think we also have audio to accompany this. Is that correct? Correct. So from the audio and from the photo, name this person. So Donald, Daryl, let's cue it up. Let's play Under a Rock or Tyler.
Oh, man.
Even if you don't know the person from the photo, the song should give it away.
Is that Alice Cooper? Is that wrong? Is that wrong? Who is it?
That is so very wrong.
Who is that?
That is Joan Jett. Whose birthday is today?
I have no idea who that is. Wait, so is
Alice
question,
Cooper's
question? Is that a girl?
Alice Cooper's not.
Is that a girl? Oh, okay.
Alice Cooper is a man.
Yes, I know. Some of the men back then looked like girls, right? Like you know.
Unbelievable. It's her birthday today.
Oh, no.
Happy birthday,
Oh,
Joan
who?
Jett.
I don't even know who that is.
She's born September 22nd, 1958. I love rock and roll. Lot Crimson and Clover. I hate myself for loving you.
That song that was just playing was a man singing. Correct? That was a woman singing.
Yes.
Wow. This is getting bad.
Let's bring in
See,
Rango.
in my earpiece, that sounds like a guy. Sounds like a guy.
Let's bring in Rango.
That's why I made the, I made the album. All right, Rango said.
Why do I continue to sit here next to you?
Sorry, I
every
feel
week?
bad. I feel bad about that one. I should have known that was a girl. I was gonna guess it was a girl, but I mean, what? Who are some of the guy-looking, like Brett Michaels, Steven Tyler, Alice Cooper looks like a girl. That's why
Read
I
that
said
list.
That.
Just read that.
Rango's picks: number
Yeah.
11, Denny Hamlin; Martin Truex Jr., Eric Jones, who killed me last week; Matt DiBenedetto, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. No Kyle Busch, no Martin Truex Jr., no Kevin Harvick, no Matt Kenseth. This team is not going to be good. Winner is Denny Hamlin, Toyota.
Yeah. I'm sticking with Toyota. I'm sticking with Joe Gibbs. I'm going 20, Matt Kenseth.
Your pick is Matt Kenseth.
Yes.
All right. I'll go Kyle Busch.
Okay.
Went with him last week. Blake went with the 78. Rango went with 11. Okay, so I'm going to go Kyle Busch.
Yeah. All right.
All right, your final thoughts.
A lot of stuff going on this weekend. We've got trucks tomorrow here on MRN at 12:30 from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Tomorrow night, we have the Valley Star Credit Union 300 for the late models at Martinsville Speedway. I'm very excited about that race on MRN.com.
All right, the ISM Connect 300 at New Hampshire. PRN has coverage at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Next week, where do we go?
Dover.
Debbie Johnson's
It's
playground.
over in Dover for drivers next week.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Must starts before we go to break. We got about, 20 seconds?
I'm sticking 20. I'm sticking 78. And I think 18. All those guys.
I like the 4. I like the 42. I'm probably going to fade the 11, as I said. All right. We're going to Dover next week, New Hampshire this weekend. Good luck on your fantasy team this week. Be sure to play with us on NASCAR Fantasy Live. Good luck this week. All right. We'll talk to you next week as we head to Dover.
You've been listening to The Inside Line, presented by Hercules Tires. Stream us every Friday on MRN.com or the MRN app. The Inside Line is also available on demand in the MRN.com Media Center, on our Facebook page, on YouTube, or download it through iTunes or Google Play. The Inside Line is a production of the Motor Racing Network.